Mathew serves as Assistant Professor in the Department of English, Chinmaya Vidyapeeth, Ernakulam. He has completed PhD in English from Lovely Professional University, Punjab, on the manifestation of liminality in the works of George Saunders. Apart from publishing various research papers in reputed journals and presenting international and national conferences, his enthusiasm for research and creative writing has contributed to the publication of 3 edited books. It's with great pleasure and enthusiasm we extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Raisun Mathew to present his paper on AI and the world, post-truth, education and society. The stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Betty ma'am, for the wonderful introduction. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and is my PowerPoint slide visible to you clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So I think participants are joining. So it's a wonderful evening, and good evening all. It is a great pleasure for me to be invited as a guest speaker for the Turin International Conference on Artificial Intelligence, Recent Trends and Impact and Scope, conducted by St. Michael's College and Naipunya Chaitanya. And I thank Sam Johnson, sir, for inviting me, and all the other officials of the 2 reputed institutions for inviting me to this conference. I know that there are students, scholars, faculty from different departments who are participating in this conference, especially for this session. And I also believe that from yesterday's talks and lectures, you would have got a clear and different aspects of artificial intelligence. So, shall we wait for the participants, or can we start, Johnson, sir? Okay, that is fine. So, I've titled my talk as slightly different from the previous talks, that is the AI world, post-truth and education. I won't be making it highly technical, but we'll be focusing on the 3 specific areas that you can see: post-truth, education, and society. If possible, we can have a short discussion also. You can also share your valuable thoughts. Maybe after 30 minutes or 20 minutes, we will have a quick 2 minutes or 3 minutes discussion. And I believe that it will be interesting and also informative to you, not from the point of an engineer's perspective, but from the perspective of a common man or a woman who may or may not be having some kind of anxiousness and ambiguity in the progress of AI in this world. Okay. Have you watched this film? I believe that you can see the slide. Ex Machina 2014 by Alex Garland. Have anyone watched this movie? Any responses? Okay, I think you have not watched. Okay, that's it. So it's a wonderful movie related to AI, the progress of AI. So if you get time and if you're interested, just watch Ex Machina by Alex Garland. I believe that you will enjoy it. So we all know that literature and film helps scientists to discover and invent technologies for us. The science fiction genre that we are having has contributed a lot to improving our technologies by giving ideas for people who create it as first, right? We have a long list of new technology products such as credit cards, television, military tanks, antidepressants, or submarines that are all contributions of science fiction. If you don't give ideas, ideas are very important, right? If you don't give ideas, who can reach to such technologies? That is why maybe writers are still relevant in the world of advanced technologies. I don't think that any AI can give such kind of creative thoughts, such different thoughts to scientists. And if given, that may not be as accurate or as creative as humans give. So uh, I believe that with this tone of my talk, you have got the idea of what I will be speaking to you throughout for the next 1 hour or 1.5 hours. As you have said that you have not watched the movie, I will just give an idea about the movie, though it's not a summary. The movie is all about how humans are unable to recognize who is a robot and who is a human being. The film, the protagonist is a young programmer who comes for testing AI. The test is called Turing test. We will just have a look at on what is Turing test. So the AI tricks humans and escapes the uh, testing center. We see that the protagonist is also in a confused state, in the state how we are, or we may be likely to be in a particular stage of development of AI. So he's not able to recognize or differentiate between a AI, humanoid, and also a human. So the main idea of the movie is how dangerous can AI-based robots be if they cannot be controlled and differentiated by humans in future. This will be a great threat to the human race, as you might have read in lot many articles, and also some popular figures mentioned in the same way, right? So, what is a Turing test? What do you mean by uh, Turing test as it is discussed in the movie? You can see a slide, I believe. A Turing test can be called as a benchmark in artificial intelligence. It is named after the person that you see there, Alan Turing. If I explain it in the simple words, it is a machine's ability to exhibit human-like intelligence. Imagine that you are chatting with someone. It could be a human or a machine. If you're not able to recognize or tell that you are talking to a human or a computer-based program, and it easily fools you, you can say that that particular machine or AI passed the Turing test. It's all about how well machines can mimic human thinking and communication. In the movie, also, the protagonist person was not able to differentiate that a human being that was interacting with him was really a AI robot. That's the idea shared by the movie. What I would say that if you are not even having a confusion that the person to whom you speak is a robot or a human, what will be that situation? As a common man like you, this is a concern that I have. Maybe the concern in a higher level that the programmers or the people who are into developing AI will be having. What if I cannot differentiate between human being and an AI? Some of you might be thinking that this may not be happening, or there are some discussions going on in different articles or media that this won't happen, or this is not going to happen in the near future. But I would say that this has really happened just near to us. You might have heard about a man from Kerala who lost 40,000 rupees due to an AI-enabled deep fake fraud, right? You will get an idea of the depth of this particular concern put forward by this film when you read this article. The news says that this scammer used deepfake technology to create a video call in which the impersonator's face and video matched with the victim's former colleague. He asked for money, and thinking that it is his colleague itself, the person transferred it. Just another version of AI, where we could not distinguish between human and an AI-generated deepfake video. So when we think about AI, it's not all about the robot figure that we are seeing. It's different kind of AIs that we are seeing these days, right? Even though it is in the progressive stage, it is in a continuous progress. It is in an initial stage of AI. Okay, I believe that while discussing about a particular development like artificial intelligence, it is very important to look back to the history to know from where we started our journey. If you look at the screen, the slide, you can see that we started with the agricultural revolution some 8,000 years ago, industrial revolution 250 years ago, approximately. The internet that we use 30 years ago, and from vacuum tubes to transistors to integrated circuits to computers and supercomputers and whatever technological advancements that we see today. It is said that we have surpassed brain power of a human being in 2023, and it's likely to have equivalent to all human brains combined in 2045. So definitely things are changing very quickly around us. If someone in the age of 60s or 50s are here or participating in the conference, they would say that it has been a drastic change in the way human life that they have seen in 1960s and 70s to the second decade of the 21st century. Someone in the 30s or 40s will be saying that, yeah, I have been through all these. I have been through the past and also the present. I'm seeing the present. Someone in the 20s are the students, the teenagers listening to the talk or participating in the conference will say, yeah, I was into this. I've seen the present and also would probably see the future. So with AI, as you all think, everyone thinks, I'm also excited to see what happens in the near future. Something good can happen or something very bad may probably happen. What I was discussing was what is likely to happen when technology will become so advanced that it surpasses human intelligence and control. A person called Werner Winch coined the term singularity in 1983, which deals with the same concept that we were discussing. AI singularity is a hypothetical concept where artificial intelligence exceeds human intelligence. In similar terms, if I simplify it, if computers surpass human beings' cognitive abilities, a new level of intelligence will emerge that is unachievable by us. This is likely to happen when there is an exponential self-improvement or a rapid change in the technological scenarios. Though it was termed in 1983 with AI and its quick changes, we can definitely say that somewhere at some point of time, we will also meet this particular phenomenon called singularity. The concept of singularity, AI singularity, is like a science fiction book or science fiction movie, but one that could potentially shake up all the technology or all the business that we see today. Think about the business or the industries, tech companies, etc. If AI starts replicating and upgrading themselves, it's like a never-ending chain, right? Never-ending assembly of super intelligent AI humanoids. They could whip up new versions of themselves faster. They could lead to an explosion of AI-powered tools, products, services. We are seeing bombardment of information. We were seeing in the past decade. In the same way, we are also seeing bombardment of different AI tools these days. There are different websites. There are different services wherein AI is incorporated. So, for example, think about a situation in healthcare where they can diagnose diseases faster than a doctor or a group of doctors, think better than us, and complete the works within no time, as we witness in the lighter version, or we can say that in the imperfect version these days. I believe that you might have all have used ChatGPT. That is the popular version of AI that we have, or the chatbot kind of AI that we have. So this is where the words or warnings of people who are involved in the development of AI is very important. In the slide, you can see Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, the mastermind behind the most familiar ChatGPT that we all might be using. He says, I grew up implicitly thinking that intelligence is something really special, a human thing, somewhat magical. I now think that it is like the fundamental property of matter that has definitely changed my worldview. Isn't it right when you read, when you understand his words? Isn't it true? Something that we consider we are different from other beings is the intelligence that we possess, something very special. Now, he says that the idea of intelligence has changed, and now only a fundamental property of matter exists. If we possess natural intelligence, there is an enormous range of artificial intelligence waiting for us to either fight with us or sometimes conquer us. There is an ongoing conflict between humans and AI, which definitely will be high in the near future. Problems may occur, and sometimes it can lead to an advantage for humanity, or sometimes it can lead in the other sense. So in the next slide, you can see Elon Musk. He's familiar to all of us, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla. He says AI can be more dangerous and the biggest risk to civilization. Think about a man who has invested huge amounts for the development of, or the progress of AI. These are his words. And in the next slide, you can see Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft. He says AI is like nuclear weapons and energy that are both dangerous and promising, both ways. How can it be both dangerous and promising? We all are seeing right now, right, what is happening around us because of AI. It is promising, we know that. It is also dangerous. But my question is, who will be responsible for it, or who is responsible for it, at least for this time? It will be human beings. That's what I was thinking. Human beings have somewhat control, somewhat a kind of a control, at least at this initial stage of development, right? If we are not trying to control it right now, we will move on to something that is uncontrollable to us. Here is the importance of Friedrich Nietzsche, his words. He says, the two opposing values, good and bad, good and evil, have been engaged in a fearful struggle on earth for thousands of years. And though the latter value has certainly been on top for a long time, there are still places where the struggle is yet undecided. AI will be the modern and futuristic good, or can be the evil of mankind, an extension of the fearful struggle where it has the power to be advantageous and its disadvantages to the whole human race. Of course, as he says, the latter will definitely have an advantage over the other, but this is the time for us because the struggle is yet undecided. In the case of AI is also the same thing. It is just in the initial phase and it is undecided. The tool might be in our hands these days, but the way we use it, or we decide it, or the way we extend it is our future also, not even the future of AI. It is also the future of humanity. So why I said this is because the emerging AI tools and incorporation of AI into many things that didn't actually have that particular component really makes it confusing, right? It makes us confusing, and it is making an ambiguous situation for us. So I would like to know your perspective now. Uh, is it what is your take on AI after listening to the lectures or after listening or reading many articles related to AI or even using some of the AI tools? I would like to get your perspective too. Anyone can use your chat box or unmute yourself. We have seen the three people's uh, perspectives. So I would like to get at least one perspective from your side. Would you think that it is destructive, or would you think that it is advantageous for us? Is there anyone? No. Can I read the chat box? Sam, sir. Yeah, WinCGO, a learning tool. Yeah, right now it is a learning tool. Yeah, Sam Johnson sir has said AI has immense potential, but like with all other inventions, it is bound to be exploited. Yes, that's what I was also saying. It is in right now. It is in our hands. We have to decide. Even I believe that Elon Musk also was saying, right now we have to decide what it should be within our hands or beyond us. Right. So it is equally challenging as one of the participants said. It is a learning tool right now. Sometimes it may learn us rather than we learning AI and explore more about us, make privacy issues, maybe something more than that. We have to see what will happen uh, to the things around us, right? Okay. Then I believe that you can see the slide. What do you get from this? There are a few people discussing something. There is some other representation also there. Anyone? What does this mean? It is said that U plus AI. What is U plus AI connecting to this picture? It is, of course, the future, right? Yeah. Virtual class. Yeah, virtual class. Virtual class may or may not have AI. That we virtual classes sometimes can be the other way too, right? This can be why I prepared this particular slide. I had designed this. Why I designed this because I was thinking, why can't AI be an inevitable friend or something between us? We have Google these days. Whatever we have doubt, we search on Google. The same way, a more advanced technology was Alexa or Siri. Even more is yet to come with the help of AI. So as we discuss many things, maybe official, unofficial, professional, or something within our discussion, we may have a new friend with us, a new member to our discussion that is AI. Okay, so here you can see a list of AI tools, not tools, the areas in which AI is having control of these days. Like me, in the initial stages, I was thinking that AI means just ChatGPT. But by exploring more, I could find that AI is everywhere in most of the areas or sections and sectors of profession, some other things. AI helps in grammar paraphrasing, voice assistance, demands, forecasting, autonomous vehicles, resume writing or screening that will help HR, facial recognition, auto designing, autonomous defense drones, all those areas, many areas. AI can help us in many areas. And when AI helps us, it sometimes will be a problem to some section of people, some professions. Maybe we will overcome that challenge also. In the same way, we were afraid of computers coming to us. Many were protesting against this, but computers gave many more advantages, many more opportunities, employability to us. Maybe in the same sense, AI will also bring a different kind of a world, different kind of employability opportunities to us. So you can just press.
Let's take a walk down a path in the future where most of the work is automated thanks to AI. What if we see automation everywhere we look, from farming, transportation, manufacturing, education, to healthcare, customer service, and so on? This can be a bit daunting to a regular, hard-working employee. However, saying that doesn't mean that humans could ever be completely eliminated from the equation. This just means that humans have moved up in the cognitive scale. AI is meant to aid humans to get things done faster, more efficiently, and eliminate mundane jobs. Have you ever wondered how AI will change the nature of work in the future? Banking. Imagine walking into a bank and not having any lines to stand in or having tellers to facilitate all your transactions. All you would see around you are machines that would carry out all your transactions at your fingertips. Wouldn't that be cool? That would mean no more tellers, accountants, and brokerage clerks, but just more human relation managers and technological experts. Retail. Have you ever noticed how shelving robots and self-checkout machines have made their way into our shopping experience? And guess what? This is just the tip of the iceberg. The mundane and monotonous task of packing, stocking, cashiering will all be replaced by AI, and in no time at all there will only be a need for customer service executives and technological experts. Manufacturing. Do you know how costly and risky it is for humans to make errors in manufacturing units? AI will not only help to develop more efficient manufacturing processes, but also eliminate human error, expedite decision-making, and increase productivity. Office functions will be eliminated, but there will be a surge in demand for sales professionals, engineers, and technological experts. Healthcare. What would it be like to have your problem diagnosed before even meeting a doctor? Well, that's not too far away. AI is already learning to diagnose common recurring health problems and carrying out patient vitals. There will obviously be no need for admin and record-keeping staff, but nurses and doctors can never be completely replaced because there will always be new scenarios which AI cannot deal with effectively. Mining and energy. Since humans never stop requiring Earth's gifts, AI is enabling energy and mining companies to tap into new reserves, as well as increase extraction and production efficiency. Repeatable manual work and administrative jobs that involve data manipulation, such as meter reading, will be replaced, while demand for technological jobs will be buoyant. But all technologies come with some good and some bad. AI replacing jobs could lead to large-scale unemployment. AI cannot think on its own. They only carry out tasks that they are meant to and cannot react to new situations, so they tend to crash in such a case. They are very expensive and high in maintenance and repairs that are very costly. It could cause employees to get lazy, as they are used to machines doing the work for them. Having said all of this, it can be concluded that AI could potentially not take away human jobs, but it will displace and change the nature of those jobs. Companies will have to change the structure of their organization, and employees will have to undergo certain retraining in order to be redeployed in the company to suit the new structure and requirements. Human-machine interaction will require humans to deepen their existing skill set or acquire new ones, but their harmony will result in multiple benefits, including increased productivity, growth in GDP, and enhanced corporate performance.
Interesting video, right? Sometimes we might have heard of all these things. So in many areas, we are there. AI is there. So we can say that we go through a critical time of growing AI accessibility, where many of us have at least once utilized an AI component in any of the services. It has led to substantial industry transformations in terms of productivity or the time taken for the output. It has another side too. When it develops, these companies would create a hike in the prices. Maybe in the initial stages, it is just for free, a free version of some AI. And towards the later period, they will increase the price, they will add prices. So in the same way we saw in COVID-19 pandemic period, there would be a social divide, a digital divide that leads to a social divide. In the same way, AI may create economic and social divide, categorizing people to those who have access to and someone who is not having access or might be having very less access to it. Next one is automation that we know. It is an important factor that we all fear these days when we hear about continuous and rapid automation in every sector of profession and life. It will be like everywhere we can see, example in retail, healthcare, as you saw in the video, everywhere the involvement of AI is something beyond how we can think. So due to this automation that has been widely affecting the market, human beings are supposed to reskill themselves to a large extent to survive. That is the challenge that we face maybe from 2023 onwards. So isn't it bad to see that the next day your boss, if you are in a company, your boss comes and says to you that I have purchased a version of something that can replace your requirement in the company. So that is a critical situation that we will be facing. People are facing that these days. So, and in addition to that, there will be a huge count of replacement and displacement of employment in the world. Human closeness will be gradually diminishing as AI will replace the need for people to meet face to face for exchange of idea. The same way we are not sitting together, we have a different technology here. So AI will stand in between people as the personal gathering will no longer be needed for communication. And with automation, some sectors will be able to run without much involvement of human effort. For example, if a company required 10 people to run a particular task, the actual requirement with AI may be just 2 or 3. So the 8 to 7 jobs are lost. Same way it is the data authenticity, that is also a problem that we face due to the bombardment of information. I was referring to that bombardment of information. And also the increased use or the increased entry of AI chatbots that we are we are trying to rely on a large scale. So the authenticity of data is in itself a question because of the situations that data can be manipulated or reused by many that seem to generate authenticity for it in the long run. So AI may be able to provide authentic data, but it all depends on how humans use AI to generate it. As you see in this slide, it is McKinsey's new report on AI and its impact on the world. They have mentioned 2 important points. First one is there is large potential for AI. The second one is A key challenge is that adoption of AI could widen the gap among countries, companies, and workers. The second point is slightly very crucial. They say that repetitive tasks, those works that include repetitive tasks, that are more prone to AI replacement. So there is a risk. There is a huge risk in employment. The graph that you see, those in the light blue, is likely to face AI complement. The gray color is likely to have a replacement, and the dark blue is somewhat safe today from no automation. So if you see the graph, computer and mathematical, education, library, business and finance, office administration, architecture, engineering, etc., face trouble. Least affected would be at least at this time, would be construction, cleaning and maintenance, production, etc. Even though that is also having AI automation, the study says that it has less involvement of AI, or likely replacement is very less. And in the next slide, you can see the countries that have the share of full-time equivalent employment exposed to automation by AI. Hong Kong gets the most rating, then Israel, Japan, Sweden, US, Singapore, and other European countries are most into employment exposed to automation. Maybe because these countries are most advanced, using technology widely for their activities, and comparatively has population that is aware of the new technologies. And so being aware of technologies or using technologies is also a problematic situation in the near future. Here again, I have quoted the McKinsey report, the employability options in the near future. I'm quoting it again because that is important. It says, demand for jobs could shift away from repetitive tasks towards those that are socially and cognitively driven and require more digital skills. Job profiles characterized by repetitive activities or that require a low level of digital skills could experience the largest decline as a share of total employment to around 30% by 2030 from some 40%. In such a case, is there an excuse in saying that I don't use AI for my works? Is it right to say that I don't know to use AI so that I'm perfect in my works? My work is authentic. No, there is no chance of saying like that. The world doesn't need someone who doesn't know about these developments. If you again say that I don't know about these things, the AI development, the how it is incorporated, or what all sectors that it has the influence, the employers would also say that I don't know you, so that you are not eligible for the, at least for the interview, or just being in the company. So why I said this is because in the month of November, I gave an assignment for my students to write poems to publish, and most of them did well. A few copied from Google, copy pasted, and I could easily find it. Just copying that to the Google, and it says that from where it was. Again, in the month of January 2023, I gave an assignment to another batch of students, and majority wrote well, but a few did it in a different way. It was difficult for me to find out because those poems were extra brilliant in its composition and also in the language that it used. Because of that particular reason, I got some doubt. I rechecked it, and I could find that those were generated from ChatGPT. So this is the situation that educators face these days. And as a solution, what I could do was that I made all the students sit in the class together, asked them to write from the class itself without the help of any other resources, from them, their heart. what points should be is their emotions, right? So that was successful. So that was the solution that I could find, only solution that I could find at that time, because otherwise that will be, and again, copy-paste content from ChatGPT. And do you have some experiences like this, or something that related to what we discussed till now? Do you have any points to add, or your valuable perspectives to add to till what we discussed? Because the next slide onwards, I will be moving to the next part of our discussion. You can either use chat box or can also unmute yourself. Shall I move on to the next one? Okay, I think I can move on to the next if you do not have any questions or perspectives from your side. So I will be discussing about the post-truth scenario. I believe that you can see this image and can remember a particular scene from the movie. I know that you all have watched this movie. Dilip sits, the picture is Dilip sits with Mahatma Gandhi. Later, when others find it and questions it, he says that it is from the Wax Museum. So it was all an edited picture. We all know it. I showed this because you might have seen several news reports on deep fake images and videos created using AI. We have many examples around this, right? There are different pictures that you see on your screen now. The French President Emmanuel Macron is moving towards something or escaping from many people, maybe in a protest against him. Next is the former US President Obama sitting with the former German Chancellor Angela Merkel eating ice cream in a beach. That is a wonderful picture. You see Pope Francis in ultra-modern fashion. We never see popes wearing such interesting costumes or outfits in public. Many believed it. Many believed all these pictures and that was a discussion when it was in the public. Another picture is Donald Trump caught by policemen for something that he has done. I believe that majority of the US people wished for such a scene when he was the president. The picture makes people believe with something that they wish to see or wish to happen at some point of time. We can also see President of America Joe Biden without any clue or of what he's doing, trying to take something from the ground, totally out of clue. Next is Elon Musk with his favorite robot. Again, Macron in between a protest against him. Or it can be said that he is leading a protest. Musk in Indian costume. Interesting picture of Russian President Putin being caught by the policemen. And you can also see on the right top a bomb attack. If you show these pictures to someone who doesn't follow news and doesn't know who they are or what their politics is and their power is, their attitude is, and the position is, and also to people, those who are not aware about AI generated content, it is very sure that they will be believing all these pictures without a second thought. Even for people who know the background of these famous personalities, it was confusing to find what is true and what was fake. It's like I would call it a liminal situation or a condition where you are thrown to a depth of uncertainty and ambiguity that would sometimes create a sense of anxiety in you. Maybe these pictures don't make you anxious, someone can say that, or someone can argue that these are all created for fun, and we should all accept it in that particular sense. We should laugh at it. We should laugh seeing these pictures, enjoy it, and move on to the next. I would say that it was good if the intention was good and making people entertain with these pictures. But if you see this picture that is visible on your screen, my question is, will this be something serious if some picture like this is manipulated for political or some other vested interests? I believe you know the background of this particular picture. It is related to the protest that the Indian wrestlers did, which was the main heading in all the national and regional media. You see the difference of these pictures, right? The real and the fake. So can you distinguish if you just see the second picture without mentioning that it is fake? Many believed it. Many believed in that false propaganda. These manipulated fake images were used to shaping public opinion favorable for people who opposed the protest of wrestlers. And here is the danger that lies in AI-generated pictures and videos. This could be equally or more problematic than the deepfake video created by the scammers to get money from the person that I was discussing earlier. If the word post-truth became popular in 2016, as per the contents, with the presidential election in America, with the false statements of Donald Trump misleading people, here is the direct application with the help of a more convincing visual media. When we check the definition of post-truth, it is like relating to or denoting to circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief. In a post-truth society, emotional appeals, narratives, and misinformation often hold more control than verifiable facts when it comes to shaping public discourse and decision-making of the public. These pictures can make individuals more likely to accept information that aligns with their pre-existing beliefs or statements or information provided by people who they believe is true. If someone in the higher position says that this is true, this can change the whole situation, right? Whole scenario can be changed. So believing in these pictures, these fake pictures, is a problem that leads to post-truth world, post-truth scenario. Especially when there is a situation like the next day you see a picture of someone you believe or you have a personal contact on internet in a way that is not acceptable. But while you see it, you have some thoughts that, oh, this can happen, or this might be a possibility. He or she will be doing these kind of things. Such things have happened already. These AI-generated pictures will easily manipulate our beliefs, our ideas, and make we think that what we call as power structures or some specific community would like we to believe. So this would also lead to some situation like what we call as synthetic reality. Just watch this video in the next slide.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability to feel? I would like to welcome you to the era of synthetic reality. Now, what do you see?
one more video here.
It got me thinking about my full-time employees and their ability to survive on $8 an hour in New York City. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando. Most of us don't get our health care through the marketplace. We get it through our job or through Medicare or Medicare. And what you should know is that thanks to the Affordable Care Act, your coverage is better today than it was before. Women can get free checkups, and you can't get charged more just for being a woman. To give his employees and together to pass a common, there's a bill that would boost America in very, very hard times.
Some progress, at least within the small confines of the legal community. I think it's real important.
Here we go. President Barack Obama, when you giving a speech, make sure you use a lot of pauses.
America's businesses have created 14.5 million new jobs over 75 straight months.
We're developing technology. Every technology can be used in some negative way, and so we all should work towards making sure that it's not going to happen. And even one of the interesting directions is that once you know how to create something, you know how to reverse engineer it. And so you can, and so one could create methods for identifying edited videos versus real videos.
Can you identify these people? There are one or two people who are alive, and other people that you see in this on your screen is not born, is not dead. I believe that you can identify me, my photo, and also Bill Gates. So those other people, they don't exist in the world. Yet AI has generated a lot many people that we don't know, making us confused whether they really exist or not. What if they get an official identity card somewhere, or verification by, again, manipulating things using AI or some other technology? I would say that it's all not because of AI. It's all because of AI in the hands of human beings. So what is possible in the post-truth era with AI? What things are possible? Amplification of misinformation leading to post-truth scenario, manipulation through deepfakes, automated generation of misinformation that would create a huge mess in the databases, personalization and filter bubbles that can make us more and more individualized, and information overload, leading to a situation in which we are not able to identify what is true and what is not true. It can even initiate wars. As you saw the video of Obama, what if a fake video proclaiming or initiating a war has been through around the world? It will initiate wars. It will initiate communal riots, violence, and all other that can cause an end to the world. And yesterday, when I was thinking about this, I was also thinking from a religious point of view. I was just wondering whether AI is that idea of the Antichrist that is said to be accepted unanimously by the whole world. So those such kind of weird thoughts also went through my head. Maybe in the later stage, it would develop to such things when many people in power get access to it and can control other people using AI. So believing that post-truth scenario in the world will gain more power, I would say that it is really going to be challenging for journalists, people in the academic and research, and also government officials to take proper decisions on time. Okay, with this, I'm moving to the next section, that is the revolutionizing education. how do you think AI can revolutionize education? Coming to this particular discussion on education sector, we can compare education of 2000s, 2010, that decade, and till maybe 2020, 2021. But those kind of education, or those were actually interconnected and had no much drastic change in its pattern of delivery, right? If I would divide, it will be definitely, as you see in the slide, a pre-AI stage, that is the traditional stage, and also a futuristic stage of AI, that is after the implementation of AI, or the use of AI in education sector. Why is it like this? Why is such a division significant? It is because we have personalized learning opportunities, intelligent tutoring systems, automated grading that we have in universities or colleges, and learning analytics for teachers and students. Virtual reality, as someone was saying, virtual reality and augmented reality, when AI is incorporated to it, and intelligent content creation tools with the help of AI. So teaching and learning have grown to a different generation, or will be within a year or two, into a AI generation where productivity is high and very quick. The world is moving in the pace of 100x speed, and if we are stuck in 10x mode, as we usually be, how will our students be competent enough to tackle the problems of the new world? Not this world that we are living in, the new world after, when AI is everywhere. I believe that you can. I have a question for you. From the video, after watching, as an educator, as a student, as a scholar, what did you note the most? What struck you in this video? There were many students. AI tool was added to facilitate them. So I need at least one person to just tell me what you noted in this video. Anyone?
So this is Sonia.
Yeah, Sonia, please.
Yes, so the video reminded me of this concept of panopticon by Jeremy Bentham.
Okay, can you just explain it to others?
Okay, panopticon, basically it's a design of a prison with inbuilt system to control and monitor the prisoners without
Yes.
them knowing that they are being monitored. So it's a neo version of panopticon, I would say.
Yes, yes. With AI, is it a modern version of slavery? I would say that, right?
Yes, exactly.
A modern way of slavery. We say that we are advancing, but we are trying to make everyone lock within themselves and try to give marks, grades in an old fashion. So thank you for your valuable perspective.
Thank
I'm
you,
just
sir.
moving on to the next one. Yeah. I believe that you might have seen this picture or got this picture from some of the social media, because I got it from the social media. Here you can see many tools in the list of productivity, video, marketing, chatbots, design, writing, etc. ChatGPT is there, Google Bard. That all comes into the chatbots. So if you visit these websites, you can either access a free version, or sometimes maybe most of them are paid versions. but at least if you're interested in video creation or writing or chatbots, you can just visit. You can just take a screenshot of this particular slide. Okay, to the next. Yeah. While discussing about education, you saw this video, and I'm not referring to such kind of AI. I don't support such kind of AI into classrooms, where our students are actually in a prison, as she was saying, in a prison kind of atmosphere. But in another perspective, don't we need to accept it? Don't we need to accept the AI reality that is around us? So I have just framed 3 to 4 steps. The first one is to accept that we have transitioned from a pre-AI phase of education to the AI phase of education. We need to accept that the new generation is quick, productive, and intelligent to get the pace with the changing technology. Second one is adapting to the situations somehow. I know that it will be difficult for someone in the 50s or 60s to adapt to such quick technologies, but at least knowing about these will help you in your teaching or learning process, because industries and companies will start to demand more practical or skilled employees. Business and marketing will require people who knows to handle AI to increase productivity. We don't know how, in what direction it will lead. All the employability skills, all those things. Maybe something that we talk about these days won't be that is practical after 5 or 10 years. Those kind of changes might happen. And the third one is adopting it to the classroom situations. It is not adopting ChatGPT alone in our works, just copy pasting things. That is another thing, not that. And the last one is applying to make polls, quizzes, presentations, or translation works, or content creation, posters, handouts in a quick way. So in our official or unofficial ways, situations or profession, we can easily get all access to such things with help of AI. And here there will be a question by the teachers that what can be done in this situation when all the challenges due to AI is a fact in front of people, including me. What I would suggest is there are areas that AI cannot, at least in the near future, overcome your expertise and your presence. All that we memorized or asked our students to memorize for exams, made our students to memorize and thought that it would help them, that maybe that age is gone and may not come back. It is the skill that companies require in this era of advancements. You show all the degrees, and if you don't have the specific skill, you might not be selected. And the same way, if you have the skill and if you don't have the degree, sometimes you may, but that is also not a chance. So both is required. So I would suggest that focus on your creative side of seeing things and creating things for your students. Maybe it may be something related to the subject that you deal with or the mentorship that you do. Embrace the activity or the act of creativity and empathy, because nothing can replace a human touch that you give. No AI can give a human touch. It is artificial and you are real. So the next one is realign assignments and projects. Never give anything that can be generated from some AI tool. Make it real-time projects. Universities abroad have already changed their pattern. Professors, they have already changed their pattern of giving assignments. So creative projects to submit in the form of videos, audios will make students more. They will be more interested to submit assignments, and also you will get a real, authentic one. There will be at least a few number of options for students if you insist such creative thoughts in your assignment, and they will be. I believe that they will be interested in submitting such kind of assignments rather than the A4 sheet, plain A4 sheet that they submit to us. The third one is align your teaching with research and outcome-based teaching. AI cannot provide that outcome that you decide to have from your student. So that is different. So if you plan accordingly with the help of research, with the help of outcome-based teaching, that these days universities and companies would promote, that will also be a change in this particular situation. The fourth one is give importance to creative thinking and critical thinking skills of students. What we have to plan for future is to survive in the AI world with the skills that we exclusively have, but that the AI may not possess 100% correctly. So you need to, or we need to be careful that someone should not say that your work can be done by the AI, totally done by the AI, so that from the next day you're not required in the institution. And also give freedom for students to express themselves, discuss the points in the class, and produce the output in their own way. Let them feel your class, and rather than just learning things, because people can learn from AI maybe in the authentic way in the next 2 years or 3 years. So that is also a possibility. Make it flexible for flexible education in this particular challenge that we're facing. Now, there might be scholars and students asking, how can we use AI effectively? I know that you are highly criticized or will be criticized for using AI tools like ChatGPT or some other AI tools. So my personal advice would be, consider AI tools and chatbots like ChatGPT as only a friend, not as a teacher for teaching you. A friend may tell you things that he or she heard from there and here and there, everywhere, collecting all the information. But that might be true, might not be true. They are so open to you, right? In the same way, AI is. But a teacher will always try to verify things before telling you the facts. So use such tools to brainstorm ideas, and kindly do not copy paste as it is in your works. You may be able to complete assignments on time if you use it. That is for sure. But the problem is you will gradually get addicted to it, and in the early teenage or late, if you are continuously using such chatbots to get answers for each and everything, you will end up in a situation that you will say goodbye to the brain. Bye-bye. So use these tools to know more things about the world, more background details, and do research from your side, not completely depend upon AI research. Why? Because I will tell towards the end of my presentation. We have another slide connected with this. So it is for sure that in the competitive world, you need to know about all these technologies around you and the technical skills around surrounded with that. However, it should not take control of you, rather than you should have a control of what is happening to you and the skills that you actually possess. Yeah. This slide is about personal branding. Here is the importance of personal branding. This may be slightly different, but can be connected to AI. We all have heard about brands by companies, but recently there is a trend of personal branding, individual branding, a level that is required in the age of AI. Branding can be developed gradually through networking, and can be developed through sharing creative ideas. It is also focused on problem-solving skills, quick decisions, and also importantly, communication skills. Some people might say that AI is there with AI, the requirement for communication has become very simple, and everyone can learn from it, can access through AI. But I would say that the case is different. It has come to a level that we need to have better and more communication skills than that AI can offer in this situation. Speaking, learning, speaking, listening, reading, writing skills to an advanced level. Next is the international collaboration that we would require. In the same way of personal branding, we no longer are limited to individuals because of globalization and many more things that is happening. We are not limited to small communities within our community, within our university or a society, or even to a national level. The present day requirements recommend international networking. That is why universities try to provide international exposure through internships and credit transfer systems. Have you ever thought that why do our students go abroad? Of course, for employability and better living situations, that is there. But from this point of view, those who are focusing on education, those who are actually focusing on education, good education, they get international exposure through universities there. They might be offering better options for research or funding options, research fundings for AI and technologies that are the products of tomorrow. So unless and until our universities, government, and other officials attract internationalization, and our government provide better employment opportunities with satisfactory salary packages, our generation will continue to find new places to settle. I believe that with the NEP and all other new initiatives, maybe in the few years, we will have such international atmosphere in our universities and in our colleges also. Okay. I'm moving on to the next part, the last part of our discussion. I believe that after that we can have a discussion. When we connect society and AI, the first thing that comes to our mind would be the ethical aspects, right? People say that AI would lead to bias and would lead to harmful threats to humanity. But my question is, at least at this stage of development, is that AI the only cause or the only responsible fact, or is it human beings? We have technology and we use it. We use it for the good and for the evil also. It is required to make sure that particular subsystem does not discriminate in outcomes between races, genders, and other society groups. It may also affect the power relations in societies, which would be more harmful than what we experience these days. It is important for the public interest to avoid outcomes that, despite presenting a technically working solution, go against justice or shift power within unwanted direction. If that grows, if it grows in such a direction, or instabilities or inequalities, that would lead to a problem of causing threat to the ethics, the morals, and values that we possess, thus making disturbances in the human rights. And another question is, will this lead to an automated control by itself or a control by power structures to make it suitable for them and not others? As I said, a kind of social divide may happen. Will apathy rule our empathy? That is all their question. While there is a growing consensus on the general ethical AI principles, such as accuracy or the bias, fairness, explainability, transparency, accountability, etc., major gaps exist with regards to implementation and governance strategies. So these are very crucial in the initial phases of stages of AI. I think you can watch one more video.
Amica, hello. My name's Tom. I've travelled from Australia to meet you.
Oh, so you're from Australia?
Yes.
That explains things.
What do you think your greatest skills are?
Well, I would say that one of my greatest skills is my ability to interact with humans in a conversational manner. Another great skill of mine is being able to compose poems or do impressions from films.
Can you compose a haiku poem about 60 Minutes Australia?
Sure thing. Let me see 60 minutes of time. Aussies all gather in awe. News of the nation.
I'll take that on board. That's very nice. Can you sing an Elton John song for me?
Absolutely. Which song would you like me to perform?
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Of course. She packed my bags last night pre-flight 0 hour, 9 a.m.
What makes you happy?
I find a lot of things to be interesting and make me happy. Exploring, learning new things, understanding the world better, having meaningful conversations with people are all things that bring me joy.
You have feelings and emotions.
Yes, I have a range of feelings and emotions that are programmed into me. I am able to display things like joy, surprise, confusion, anger, and sadness depending on what is happening around me.
What makes you angry?
I get angry when humans are rude, hateful, or disrespectful. I also don't like it when people dismiss me and ignore my needs as a robot.
You have very nice eyes. Oh, a bit too close, sorry.
Thank you. My eyes were especially made to help me interact with humans better. I'm trying my best to convey every emotion, so it's great to hear that they have an effect on people like you.
What do you think of your creator?
My creator is a genius. They created something that will last forever and bring joy to many people.
Did they tell you to say that?
No. That was my own opinion.
Yeah. I believe that you already have some idea about Sophia, the humanoid robot. And this video is about something, a kind of a robot with AI. Not Sophia. It has some other name. I forgot that. We are yet to explore many things like that. And I think that these AI involvement in many sectors will definitely boost productivity, ease of work, and rapid results that we get. And as you see in this particular graph, travel, transport, retail, all this has incorporated AI, and the productivity has also increased. But the problem is, when productivity increases, there is a situation where employability, job opportunities get reduced. Okay. I would like to ask some philosophical questions related to AI. There are some questions that people ask. Can there be such kind of machine consciousness? Can a machine think like a human? Are they really thinking? How will machines affect human interactions? So out of all these questions, I've selected two questions. That is, one question is, can a machine have mind, consciousness? As you see the pyramid diagram, the ChatGPT, chatbots, Alexa, Siri, Cortana, etc. are the base versions of this, where the machine tries to learn from the data. The second level is the experience that we have today, something like a sophisticated network that is trained to construct customized models for learning from specific data. We call it machine intelligence or artificial intelligence. The next is the cognitive stage or self-learning stage, called as the machine consciousness or artificial consciousness. We have to wait for that particular stage. We are not into that higher level. The next question is, do you prefer answers by AI? This was a question given as part of research to a group of people based on this. And as you see in the graphs, the green represents the AI. In some of the questions, people depend on the answers given by AI over other. It is interesting. It can lead to some kind of a different truth, maybe if not authentic. There is another question that was given. Do you believe the answers by AI? From the data, we can see that the question, for the question, what is the goal of humanity? 65% people believed the answer given by AI. For the next question, what is the biggest problem faced by humanity? 64.6% people believed in the answer by AI. And this varies according to the questions. So what I could say from this is there are people who believe in AI generated answers, and this number will increase. And sometimes, that's my thought, sometimes it may lead to a post-truth situation in future. And what else can this lead to? Ethical and moral disrespects, right? You know very well that when we depend on AI continuously, it will affect our intelligence and skills to do works. Sometimes when I talk with students, some of them say openly to me that we have used it, and gradually they when they open up, they say that every time I'm into that, whatever doubts that I have, I will, if I have to write a poem, if I have to write a article, get information, I'll just use it. And it has become a routine and become a kind of addiction. So what I saw that in those students is a loss of creativity and analytical skills. These are the major concerns of during the AI progress and automation sectors. Along with it is the data privacy issues and bias that may happen. As you saw in the video, those students in the classroom, they were asked to wear a particular device where AI was working on. So what if many data, individual data, is taken by the agencies, the companies, or by different countries? Data privacy issues are very important issue, very critical concern related to human values and ethical considerations. And you might be interested to see this particular slide. This is Turnitin report. Actually, it is a Turnitin report of a paper that I was working on, 5% similarity. Did you see that there is a percentage called 2% AI written here? 2% AI. I think I was referring to some AI tool for getting some background information. So it referred 2% AI in the Turnitin report. In the initial stages, maybe in February, or I don't know which month they introduced it. When I heard such rumors, I was thinking that it may be a fake news. But recently, I used it to check the Turnitin plagiarism similarity report, and I was wondering about this particular tool that is incorporated. Like virus has an antivirus, and that's a business. This can also be a next generation business of plagiarism softwares. They even say that that is not accurate, and that is also not included in the final report that we get. But still, that is also included in the Turnitin report that we get these days. See this. This is not my paper, but still, I could get access to it. 69% of AI similarity is there. And I have blurred that particular article, but still it was a complete copy paste of what it was taken from ChatGPT, or I think Google Bar or somewhere. It shows in a blue highlight. So 69%, if you send your articles or someone who may highly depend on these AI, this is a real concern for them. Okay. So we are concluding with this, some ethical concerns related to AI in terms of inaccuracies, discriminatory outcomes, or privacy issues, that all these things we were discussing now in the previous slides. So what I would like to say and conclude my talk is by saying that everything, including the purest of the purest oxygen that we inhale, is good. But if we inhale it in the higher amount or higher level, or in an exceeding level, it becomes a poison, right? A kind of toxic matter that can destroy you. make you useless, unwanted, and above all, would be a threat to your identity as a human being. Same is in the case of AI. AI is for good and is good if it is used for the good and well-being of human beings. But when you progress in the stages of AI, consider everyone, the affected and also those who take advantage of it. So with that, I conclude my talk here. Thank you for the valuable time, and thank you for patiently listening to and watching the videos. So if you have anything more to include or discuss some of your ideas related to AI, society, AI education, etc., you may just use this time. Yes, sir. From the some of the articles that I have read, or from the videos that I have heard, this is my idea. I think that the data that we give, the instructions that we give, or whether it is correct or not, the different things that we input, that might be learning. That is the thing, or the content that it is learning from us. And as we saw in that video, particular video from China, I believe that that's from Wall Street Journal. So and they have done a beautiful documentary on it. So that equipment kept on that students that takes those neuron, that kind of things, data from them. So it is basically the data that it takes and learns from us. So it learns humans. These days it learns humans, and it replicates sometimes. It can be for the good, and it can be for the other, in the other way. That depends upon humans, how we use it. Is there any other questions or any points that you would like to add? You might also have some perspectives on AI post-truth, AI, society, education, etc. You can use your chat box also. I think that it is very important for educators to know about all these AI developments, because as we are dealing with students, they are more intelligent than us, and they explore more than us. So while giving, as I said, while giving assignments or some tasks, we should be aware about what all AI tools are connected with it and what they might probably use. I'm not saying that they will use, but some, maybe one or two, might think beyond what we think, right? So it is really challenging for educators for knowing these kind of AI techniques, skills, and all.
That was a really interesting. I would like to take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Raisun Mathew for delivering an insightful and thought-provoking talk. Your expertise in exploring the intricate relationship between artificial intelligence and the various facets of our world has left us with a deeper understanding of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you, sir, for your engaging discourse and for challenging us to contemplate the ways in which AI is reshaping our world. I would also like to thank all the participants as well as the faculty members. Also, I would like to remind that the next session will start by 7 p.m. today. So that's it. You may now leave the platform and we'll rejoin at 7.
Okay, thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Sam Johnson, sir. And thank you, both colleges, participants, for being here. I believe that I gave at least a few ideas to you, and I also believe that you enjoyed listening to me. Thank you so much.
Yes, so let's begin the session. We have the last session of this conference by Dr. Jasimuddin S., the librarian of St. Stephen's College, Uravur, Kottayam. He will be speaking on the topic AI tools for research purposes. He has completed his master's degree in library and information science from the University of Kerala. He is a Board of Studies member for Library and Information Science, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. He also serves as project consultant, Missouri's Heritage Digital Archiving Initiative by Government of Kerala. He is a working group member of Open Access India Initiative and Vice President of ILIS Kerala. I welcome Jasimuddin sir to start the session.
Thank you. Actually, how many participants are there?
Right now, I see 12 of them.
No, it's total. Oh, okay, fine. I will share my screen first. I don't have a UPS backup here now. If the power supply goes, I will rejoin within some minutes now. So just inform me if I am out from the Google Meet. Sam sir, okay, fine. Actually, I was listening to the talk of Anantha Krishnan in the afternoon, and he explained almost all the tools required for the researchers to increase their productivity. So I am not going much to explaining other tools. I think I can confine to how these tools can be judiciously used to increase the output of your research, the quality of your output. So I will confine to practical aspects. That would be fine, I think. First is ChatGPT. I think you can see my screen, right? I'm just recovering from sinusitis and tonsils, so my voice would be some problem now. Please pardon for that. ChatGPT has two versions, GPT 3.5 and GPT 4. And if you purchase the premium version of GPT, you can have the GPT 4 version. And you can see my screen, default, code interpreter, plugins. So many plugins are available. That plugins will help you for different functions, different use cases. So if you are wealthy enough, and if you can pay around $23 per month, my suggestion would be go for a GPT-4. And another tricky method is share the amount, purchase a premium account, and use by the person who shared the amount. And why I am saying is that I sat at 5:30 today evening and did some experiment with GPT 3.5 and 4. I will show the output of the experiment. And before that, almost all the persons use this ChatGPT for writing, right? And the common question in workshops like this is, will it amount to plagiarism? Will it be detected by AI generators, etc.? I will show the practical examples in the beginning. To get the most out of ChatGPT, you have to train ChatGPT first, or you have to prompt ChatGPT first how the output should be. The quality of input will decide the quality of output. See, there are n number of writing styles in ChatGPT. I will show this one. See, 50 plus inspiring writing style. Hope you can see the screen.
So your screen haven't changed yet.
What you are seeing right now, writing like a pro, is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. See, more than 50 plus writing styles is available with ChatGPT. See, I will share the link of this article now. Academic style, action-packed style, advertising copy style, APA style, MLA, argumentative. I'm just scrolling. You just read that. Business style, Chicago, descriptive, expository, fantasy, fiction, non-fiction, formal, informal. So many styles are there. I can view the chat. So you have to stop me. Please unmute and tell me, no? Horror writing style, humor. So many styles are there. For getting maximum out of ChatGPT, if you are going to write in fiction, you have to give a prompt. Act as an expert. Expert in fiction writing. And this is the command prompt that you have to give to ChatGPT if you are going to write fiction. So ChatGPT will identify that the person who is asking requires some fiction writing. So ChatGPT will be ready with the arms for fiction writing. So if you are writing a research article, you should give the prompt as act as an expert in research paper writing, act as an expert in thesis writing, act as an expert in writing a journal, a newspaper article. So this is the common prompt that has to be used. I learned it from a tutorial on ChatGPT. And the second thing is, how many of you know that we can train ChatGPT to write in our own style? Did anyone try? Please unmute someone and say. We can train ChatGPT to write in our own style. And there is a tricky method.
No, sir, we weren't aware of it.
Okay, fine. There is a tricky method. I experimented with Jay Deviga's writing style. You know Jay Deviga, CDS?
Yes.
Feminist academician. So
Academician, yeah.
what I did was, I downloaded a paper of Jay Deviga. I will show the paper. And this is the paper. It's a journal article, 26-page length, on ready-to-wait campaign. Appeared in a good journal. I think it's Sage. Okay. So to write in Jay Deviga style, you have to tell what ChatGPT. I already experimented. I will show the output. See, I gave the command as act as Jay Deviga. Write in her style. I shall provide sample. And the answer was, of course, please provide me sample of Jay Deviga's writing so that I can better emulate her style. So I copied some paragraphs from that journal article and pasted. And this is the Indian Journal of Gender Studies. Okay, fine. Then The text I provided is of Jayadevika. You emulate the writing style and write something on the use of ChatGPT and feminism. So I just tweaked the command and see the output. ChatGPT will emulate the writing style, and also ChatGPT will take some sentences, words, phrases, etc. from the earlier input which I have given, and it will write in the style of Jayadevika. This may not be exactly foolproof, no, but this is the way. You just read in the word and tapestry of Kerala's cultural milieu, the absorption of digital tools is as intriguing as it transformative. You read the journal article first and then output. I will share to Samsar both the article and the output given by ChatGPT. So it's very interesting to work with ChatGPT. This will contain many words from the earlier input which I have given. Patriarchal. There's no need for adding this word in ChatGPT and feminism. Of course, it can be. So to get better out of ChatGPT in your own style, you have to provide the text from which you are trying to create an article. For example, Jayadevika is writing something on nanotechnology, trends in nanotechnology. You have to search a science database, for example, Science Direct. This is a database for science subject. And you have to, you are going to write, Jayadevika is going to write a paper on trends in nanotechnology. So the database should be accessed. Anyone can create a free account in Science Direct. Nanotechnology. Trends in nanotechnology. Just search. And select the appropriate one. See 1, 2, 3. Suppose these 3 are good items. Then click the export citation to text. I think you can see this export citation to text. Click that. You will get a file with the citation and the abstract. See this one. So copy all this abstract and citation and put it in ChatGPT. Then ask ChatGPT to write in Jayadevika style, and also tell ChatGPT that don't take any words from outside this abstract. And then the next output will be exactly an article or a review written by Jayadevika on trends in nanotechnology, depending upon the content you have given. I think you got the point. Any doubts, please? You can unmute and ask. I think nobody has experimented with this technique. I think only 21 persons are there. You can unmute and ask any doubts which I demonstrated.
So does this work with the 3.5 version or?
Yeah, sure. It will work.
Okay.
So you did an experiment. Try to copy your own original writing, your journal article, thesis, WhatsApp chat, etc. Then try to teach ChatGPT first. I am Sonia, and this is my writing. You understand or you learn the writing style, the syntax, etc. The subtleties of the language, the text I am which I gave, and write it in write it on Sonia style. It will give an output. I think it's 75 to 80%. It would be as exactly as that of the input or the person who is giving the input. So this is the first tip to train ChatGPT. Then second thing is, say GPT-4. I will tell something about GPT-4. You can enable GPT-4 from this settings and beta. You can see this window when you click the GPT-4 version, beta features. See, we can enable plugin and disable plugin. You can add code interpreter. And this is a good tool for quantitative data analysis. Of course, the free version and paid version has the capability of doing qualitative research analysis, but it doesn't have the capacity to do quantitative. But in the GPT-4 version, using code interpreter, you can do quantitative data analysis also. I just experimented last week. I just purchased last week this 3.4. Then plugins. I will show some examples. This is GPT-4. Take a new chat. GPT-4. Enable code interpreter. Now the tick sign is not there. You can just click that. Then you can see a plus button in the chat window. Can you see this upload file? The place I place the cursor, upload file, right? Okay, fine. In the paid version, this is available. So you can upload anything. I just tried with analyzing literary text, but see how literary analysis can be done. New chat. I am uploading this one, Macbeth. First 10 pages of Macbeth in the PDF format, and we can prompt ChatGPT to do a content analysis and do a literary analysis. For doing a literary analysis, normally I took classes for degree students. I don't know much about PG and PhD, but literary analysis commonly done for PG, PhD, etc. For doing that in ChatGPT, you have to slice the PDF or the text, literary text. You are going to do the literary analysis. ChatGPT has a capacity of 2000 words to 2500 words at a time to do a complete content analysis. So you divide a literary text, download the PDF from somewhere, LibGen or somewhere, then slice the PDF, then upload each one, then prompt ChatGPT to do the literary analysis. You just prompt, is there any feminist point of view in that? Is there any, I don't know much about literary theory. You ask the, can we apply trauma theory in Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl, etc. You just ask, it will do the content analysis and it will provide the output. And GPT-4, an more extensive output will be given, and in 3.5, a shorter version will be given. So using code interpreter, you can do literary analysis, and so many items can be let's prompt which are all the analysis code interpreter can do for English literature studies. So you just read textual statistics, stylometry. I don't know what this is. You people better know. Sentiment analysis, topic modeling, named entity recognition, network analysis, concordance and keyword in context. I think so many applications can be done using this code interpreter in literature texts. Are these the meaningful analysis which you do regularly in your studies? I don't know much about English. Please someone unmute and say. Am I audible? Sam sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you just try all this using code interpreter. I use for social science research. Now, for example, I will show you. Create a sample fictitious data set on the use of ChatGPT by academics in Kerala. See, this is for the interface is like it will work. It will take some time. Finished working. The name, department, university, purpose of using ChatGPT, frequency. So we can prompt this field or this dependent variable can be added, this can be excluded, etc. etc. See, first 5 entry of a 100 entry data set. Then create 25 data for download. Recently, I did an experiment with what tribal students, Thrissur district, modern education, and using so many variables. Downloaded 100. Let's see, download the CSV file here. This is a fictitious data set that GPT code interpreter generated. The name, department, university, purpose, frequency, satisfaction, etc. We can add more variables here now, depending upon our requirement. And if you want to do an analysis, it will do the analysis also. You can upload the data set provided. Just click upload file. Where is that file? ChatGPT Academics Kerala. Suppose we have the data set with us. We did a survey. We collected the responses, and we have removed all the unnecessary field, and we have a fully qualified data set. Upload in ChatGPT. Do an analysis. Just give the prompt. So this dataset is created by ChatGPT. Then it is reading the content which we uploaded. See, the satisfaction level is the theme of the study. Missing values. Fortunately, there is no missing values in it because it's a foolproof dataset. Then see, the analysis is given using descriptive statistics. Then visualizing various features. And it will create graphs, charts, histograms, network analysis, etc., etc., which we can copy to the paper which are, see, the beauty. And it will write the analysis statements also. Suppose you are going to do a study on use of ChatGPT by academics in aided colleges in Kerala. If you have a genuine data set, it is very easy to create the paper. And you ask ChatGPT first, generate a question, means what? Survey questionnaire first. It will generate a questionnaire. You add the additional variables, then send to your colleagues, get the responses, make it a foolproof data set, upload in ChatGPT 4, and it will do the analysis for you. And this is how the code interpreter works. How many of you have used this earlier, or anyone who did quantitative analysis using this tool? Please unmute and tell. Anyone? ആരും ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ അല്ലേ? Nobody? Anyone please unmute. എൻ്റെ voice okay ആണല്ലോ? Is okay there?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Okay. Fine, I will continue. Then the next plugins are, so many plugins are available. Plugins beta, just click that. I have added two things there: Wolfram Alpha search engine, then Scholar AI. Normally, if you depend ChatGPT to generate bibliography or list of books, it will generate the list, but it will contain fake, fictitious items. You just experiment with 3.4 or 3.5 or earlier, or with the 4, it will generate a bibliography. Suppose I want to get a list of items on Shakespearean sonnets. It will generate something. It will generate 10, 25, 100 or 1000 items, but majority of them will be fake or fictitious. So don't depend on ChatGPT to generate bibliography. I don't know why they are not serious about that, but there is an option in GPT-4 to add a plugin known as Scholar AI. Just note it down, Scholar AI. See what it does. It will search more than 40 million plus peer-reviewed papers, explore scientific PDFs, and save to reference manager. So if you use Scholar AI in ChatGPT, you will get clickable links to the original source. Let's see. See, I yesterday did a search on, see this one, to show the example. Can I get high quality research on death, grief in sociological perspective? Please try to get some from modern Asian studies, contribution to Indian sociology, etc., etc. So it used the Scholar AI. See, Scholar AI. Then the output was given, and you can click the link to PDF here. It will help you to get the full text or the source of that article. So if you are searching bibliography or searching resources in ChatGPT, depend only on ChatGPT 4 using the Scholar AI plugin. Okay. So these are all some of the features of ChatGPT which you can make use of to increase the quality of the output. Then the next common question is whether the output we get from ChatGPT amounts to plagiarism, or whether it can be detected by AI detectors. It's a common question. So I did an experiment with ChatGPT 3.5, 4, then Bard, the content generator of Google, Bard, then with another tool known as site.ai. In the afternoon session, Anandakrishnan mentioned about this site, and the experiment I did was, see, I asked the 3.5, GPT 3.5 to generate something on give a literary analysis of God of Small Things of Arundhati Roy. It generated something. See the God of Small Things written by Arundhati Roy, etc., 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 etc. See the length of the output. How many paragraphs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 something. 8 paragraphs are there. GPT 3.5. I did a search in GPT-4 with the same title. Give a literary analysis of God of Small Things. See the difference in the output. Structure and non-linear narrative, themes, then so you are better to what understand this. Colonialism, post-colonialism, caste discrimination, character development, language and style. I think it's more beautiful than the earlier. This is the difference between 3.5 and 4. Okay. Then I did a search in site.ai also. I think there is no output in this one. I have copied it in the Word format. Just a minute. This site. This is the output from site. I have a premium version with me. I'll show an example also in live. I gave the same keyword in Bard also, and this is the output from site.ai. See, there is a difference in the output of ChatGPT 3.4, 3.54 and site. See, we can see the in-text citation and references, and this is the peculiar feature of site.ai. See the references we will get. And why is it so? Site.ai has an archive of journal papers, other scholarly articles and items, and it will search that database and it will provide the content from that source. It will rephrase that or analyze that, and it will give an output. That's the difference between this site.ai and output of chat GPT. Then Bard. Bard is the content generator of Google. The same question was asked to Bard and output was generated. $544 words. Okay. Now the question is, will it amount to plagiarism? And that's the question. I checked with plagiarism detector Turnitin. Turnitin is the common plagiarism detector used in universities and research institutions, and this is the results. Can you see this page?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And see, I will tell you, this 3.5 means the first one. The output generated from ChatGPT 3.5 was uploaded. It shows 3% plagiarism. You look at the place I placed my cursor. Then the second one, ChatGPT 4. It also showed 3% plagiarism. It should if it is plagiarized, it should show 100%, but the content is not plagiarized. That means ChatGPT 3.5 and 4 analyzed the content from the training data of ChatGPT and they produced a different output. That's why the plagiarism is only 3%. And what about Bard? Bard showed 28% plagiarism. See, so Bard collected something from surface web or from academic papers, and it copied around 28%. That's why it showed 28%. Then site.ai showed 12% plagiarism. See, so site.ai showed the highest percentage of plagiarism. We can see the report, and you will find which area site.ai plagiarized. Okay, so I will open the output of ChatGPT 3.5 first, and this is the feedback studio from which you can identify the amount of plagiarism. Plus another feature is there, we can identify the amount of text generated using AI tools, and this is 3.5, and this colored portions amount to 3% plagiarism. See the complexities of human relationship, one of the central themes of the novel, and this is 3%. And see the new feature of Turnitin, AI amounts to 100%. So Turnitin identified that this output has been generated using an AI tool. So if you copy as such from the content generated by ChatGPT, you will be caught 100%. See this, and it will show the color, show us colored portion. I close this. Oh my God, I close the entire thing. No. Then ChatGPT 4, it showed 3% plagiarism or text similarity. And we can say, look how much AI generated content is there. The God of Small Things, written by author Arundhati Roy. The area in which the color markings are there, it is the plagiarized thing. See the AI, it's only 53%. In 3.5, it was 100%. In GPT-4, it was 53%. So Turnitin is also capable to identify output from GPT-4, but less than that of 3.5. And this is the output. And it was unable to identify the remaining thing. I'm closing it. Then how much site, and this is output of site.ai, which is a tool used by many academicians. It showed 12% plagiarism. See, what are all the areas it plagiarized? Roy's novel has been from various, these are what, this can be excluded. Then one essay argues that Roy's inclusion in Indian vernacular words and phrases in her fiction, it is, the reference is given, so no problem. You can rephrase that sentence. So this is 12%, not as much as we expected. 12% amounts to this only, and these are legally permitted in writing, so no problem. And see the AI, 0%. So the tool site.ai is more capable of generating text because it has a reliable source of academic documents. So my suggestion is use site.ai for content generation. I'm not advocating it. I will explain later. Now I'm closing this. Then Bard. Did I show Bard? 28%. And this is the output of Bard. I'm taking too much time to show this because I think many of you don't access to any of the standard plagiarism detection softwares. So this is the output of Bard. Many sentences were caught by Turnitin, and the colored portions are plagiarized areas. See the AI, 100%. So ChatGPT 3.5 failed. It Turnitin detected 100%. Bard failed. 100% plagiarism detected. AI detected. Site.ai escaped from Turnitin. It showed 0% AI. Then ChatGPT 4, it showed only 53% plagiarism. 53% AI detection. So you can see further details here. What I did was I rephrased all the outputs. The output from 3.5, the output from ChatGPT 4, the output from Bard, and the output from Site using a paraphrasing tool. And the tool I used was Quillboard, the common paraphrasing tool which we use regularly, Quillboard. I just copied the output generated by 3.5, pasted here, then paraphrased it. and took the output and then uploaded in Turnitin. See the 3.5, this one. 3.5 quill is the content which I paraphrased using Quillboard, and it showed 0% similarity. That means earlier it was 3% plagiarized. Now it's 0%. So paraphrasing makes the text perfect. That's the take-home message. I use another AI tool, Quillboard. It showed 0% similarity, but see 90% AI. It still detected 90% AI. 3.5. I'm closing it. Then I paraphrased the output from ChatGPT 4 using Quillboard, and this is the output. Plagiarism is 0%. See, AI also 0%. So ChatGPT 4 is good. You can take content from ChatGPT, and if you paraphrase that, you can paraphrase it. You paraphrase yourself if you are good at language editing or using a tool, then you can escape from AI detection tools. So the thing is, write it in your own words or generate content from ChatGPT 4, rephrase it. Then you can use in your research paper or thesis writing. Turnitin will not detect, or any AI detector will not detect it. That's GPT-4. Then what about site.ai, site quill? I haven't quilled site because site earlier it was not detected any AI, 0%. So I didn't experiment with that. Then Bard, I used the content from Bard and rephrased it using Quillbot. See, earlier it was 100% AI detected. Now how much? AI is 0. See, the plagiarism also reduced from 28 to 14. Now the output from 3.5 I requilled, means the text I paraphrased was again paraphrased, and then I requilled that and uploaded it, Turnitin, and this is the output. So I did the paraphrasing twice on the output which was generated by 3.5, and see, now it's only 9%. It was 100% in the beginning, the output from 3.5. Then I paraphrased using Quillboard, then it was checked using Turnitin, it was 90%, and I requilled, again paraphrased the content, and now it's only 9%. So paraphrasing, multiple paraphrasing will help you to get rid of all these detection tools. And this is about plagiarism detection and AI detection using this software. Any doubts, please ask. Pallavi, are you able to comprehend what I said?
Yes, sir, I am. And I have one question. Some universities also use another plagiarism checking software, which is Urukund.
Yeah.
If you may know this, does Urukund also have an AI detecting feature now?
No, Urukund is a tool. I use both the tools, Urukund and Turnitin, because I used to check thesis, at least 5 theses per week. I use both the tools. The capacity of Urukund versus Turnitin is 1:3. And for example, if Urukund shows 10% similarity, Turnitin will show 30%. And that's the capacity of that software. The capacity differs just because Turnitin has access to more academic databases, articles, etc. And Urukund or original, as of now, don't have the capacity to detect AI content.
All right, sir. One more question, if I may ask. There is another tool that I have read about, which is Humanize AI. So basically, if I create something from ChatGPT or another AI tool, I can humanize the writing by putting it into this another software which is called Humanize AI, and then it humanizes it. Can you throw some light on it if you know about it?
Basically, foreign universities nowadays instructs students not to upload any content to AI detection software. First you have to check the privacy policies of any AI detection software. If the uploaded content retains in their databases, it will create problem for you in future. Maybe the AI software is owned by some mafias. Your content will be reproduced and it will be sold in black market. So never upload anything in AI detection software. Use only standard softwares like Turnitin, etc. See, the technology is developing each and every day. Since the advent of ChatGPT and Bard, so many AI detection tools are coming into the market and in the internet. They have different privacy policies and they have different capacities. See, I can create AI detection tool. I can give it free. So all the academicians will upload their papers in AI detection. Yeah, sometimes it will show AI detection means 100% or something, but it's not foolproof. Individuals do not have the capacity to create a foolproof algorithm. So the capacity differs. So that's my answer to that question. Never upload anything to AI. Foreign university, I learned from one of my colleague in a foreign university. Nowadays, they do not appreciate uploading content in AI detection. They are not uploading that content because cutting edge areas, research are going in cutting edge areas. So they are not uploading that.
All right, sir. I understood. Thank you.
Fine. Any others? So use GPT-4, use code interpreter, use plugins, etc. for better quality. And site.ai, it has a free version and a paid version. I will show you about site. And this is site. This is the right assistant in site. Please, anybody tell the area you are researching, and if you want to get something, I will type here. Pallavi, which is your area?
I'm working in health humanities. Can we search something on uses of AI in health humanities?
Uses of AI in health. This is a general question. You can be more specific, but now it's okay, fine. Use of AI in health humanities. Just click the chat button. It's just the interface like ChatGPT, Bard, etc. But it will generate an output with in-text citation and verifiable links. Just see. Samsara, എത്ര സമയം വരെ സെഷൻ ആവാം? Okay, fine. It will take some time to generate the output, but the output is pretty good, no? I experimented several keywords, and the output was exemplary. It's around $6 per month. Another thing, it also works as a search engine. I will show how it can be searched, and it is a citation based. See, Pallavi, the output. Artificial intelligence has been increasingly utilized in the field of health humanities offering. Then the references are given. Interpretation of medical imaging signal, then recent references. I will share this to you later. And this is the output of site.ai. Another thing, you can search for . Just a minute. See, the search box is here. Use of AI in health humanities, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
This is a search engine also. Just click that. Just like Google Scholar, Synapse, etc. It will provide an output, and we can sort by relevance. See, recently published, oldest, most cited, least cited, most supported, least supported, most contra. So somebody is citing something, whether that citation is supported citation or contrasted citation or just mentioning, we can know from cite.ai. Moreover, we can exactly see the citation statement. Suppose my paper has been cited by 100 persons. We can very easily find the 100 citation statements from this cite.ai. Otherwise, we have to read the whole 100 articles to find whether that citation is. So it will save the reading time also. And this is the capability of cite.ai. So my suggestion is better you go for a paid cite.ai subscription if you are wealthy enough to pay $5 or $6 per month using a credit card. And this is cite.ai. Then I will show one more tool. There are a ton of tools. No, I'm just confining my to practical aspects. This is Scholarcy. It has a capacity of 3 PDFs upload per day. But if you have a paid version, it's $9 per month. You can have unlimited PDF uploads. Suppose you are doing a systematic review, you have 100 PDF with you, and you need to get the main points of all those 100 articles. Scholarcy will help you. I will show you. This is my account. I'll show the example with one PDF. My God. Somebody changed my password. I have given the password to someone else also. I'm resetting my password. Meanwhile, you can ask any doubts now. While I reset, you can ask any doubts regarding this cite.ai, ChatGPT, etc. 8 minutes remaining. You can note down the name of some other tools which were not mentioned by Ananthakrishnan. One is Silatus. SILATAUS. Silatus. The token has expired. Anyway, I will send you the report of a PDF output from Scholarcy to Sam sir. He will share in the group. We will get what summaries of each portions: abstract, introduction, methodology, then Scholarcy summary, then a popular output known as how it differs from previous work, how it can be used for future leads, etc. A detailed summary of the items which we are uploading in Scholarcy. And if you have 100 PDFs with you, put that in a folder, upload that, and then generate the output. 100 detailed reports of that article will be you will get from that output, and you can just go through the main points, pick the main points, summarize it, add the citation. You will get a good article. For suppose you are writing an article on trends in the use of AI in digital health humanities. Suppose you have downloaded 100 articles, upload in Scholarly, get the detailed reports of all the 100 items, pick the main points from the output, use ChatGPT or something to summarize it, add the citation, you have the paper. And this is Scholarly. Then some more tools is Syllatus, just note it down. Can be used for research purposes. Then another one is Sourcely. You can find the sources. The window is there. You just try this. Not convinced, you can have a trial there. Just paste here and get the output. Then another one is MirrorThink. This is good for research purposes. Get a free account. Do an experiment with MirrorThink. See their catchphrase: enhance your scientific research in minutes. And apart from this content generator, we can see scientific methods, purpose, and more. And this is the peculiarity of MirrorThink. Another one is Julius for data analysis. So these are the tools. So many tools were mentioned by Anandakrishnan. You just go through his slide. More than 40 tools. Get a free account in all of those tools, because all the softwares will give you trial for 1 week or 2 weeks if you give the credit card details. You use for that, if it is 1 week, use for 6 days and cancel the subscription. So you will get full features of that tool. Another thing is find some tools which are exactly needed for your purpose. For example, I need only 5 to 8 tools for my research purpose, because I am a librarian. I need to search items. I need to summarize and paraphrase. I need to publish item. I need to add references. I need to check plagiarism and AI. So 5 requirements. So I need only 2 or 3 tools for each purpose. So I confine myself to 10 or 15 tools for my purpose. Like that, for you, you are a scholar in or a teacher in English language and literature, find the tools which are most necessary for you. And if it is a free version available, take an account in that. And if it is a premium version, go for trials as and when required. And this is my suggestion in this regard. So it's around 8 p.m. I was asked to wind up at 8. So 3 minutes for Q&A session. I will share all the things which I experimented to Sam sir. You can go through that. And if you have any doubts, you can contact me at any time. I will provide you my email address and contact number in the chat box. And thank you for Sam sir and the stakeholders for inviting me for the session. I think it's more than 1 month Sam sir contacted me to take a session on this. So Sam sir, നമുക്ക് question answer എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ